Hello, and welcome to DaebakCast, episode 46. This is a weekly podcast where the three of us come together each week to talk about K-pop, whatever's current. Sometimes we do album reviews. This week we got two. And then we also have topics of discussion, which this week we have one. And then just for you audio listeners, last week by the time you're watching this, we already released part 1, which would be our KARD part 4, which was basically our music video reaction to KARD's newest music video. So if you care about our thoughts on the MV, you can go back and watch that on YouTube. And the rest of it here will be for you, the album review, and then another album review, and then yeah.
If you're watching on video, just ignore all of this right now. We're just
this is just for audio people.
This is for audio listeners on SoundCloud.
Yep. So, without further ado, I'm joined, as always, by Nate.
So I was going to do BM's whole rap from Trust Me, but it's really long, so I'm just going to say Trust Me.
Okay. And Andrew, who usually has 3 things.
L-Watch 2017 has finally ended. I present to you if I can get it out in time, the Nike Off-White. Why is it backwards? Okay, I guess we'll go into that.
It's not backwards.
It's not backwards on my screen. Yeah, the Nike Off-White Air Max
I like how
97. Huh?
I like how it just tells you what it is.
Yeah, because
like,
it has like, so it's like, okay, this is made of an aerosol, this is made of foam, this is made of like a certain type of material, and then here in the back, you don't know how crazy it. Like, I keep checking like how much like resale price on this is. Like, I was just like, I paid about like $210. Resale price is $550 right now. Not even joking.
Jesus. It'll probably go up too after a while.
Yeah, like this is like in shoe collecting you have grails. Like, this is a holy grail right here. Like, it's so hard to find a pair of these. That was my excitement. Anime NYC was over the weekend, which is amazing. I mean, it's a lot smaller than your Comic-Con is, but I appreciated it. I wore a Doki Doki Literature Club shirt, and I got you guys those. Actually, I have them like over here. I have 2 mouse pads.
Ooh.
One is of like StarCraft, and the other one.
Yeah, StarCraft stuff.
Of course.
Diva.
That's
nice.
pretty too.
With Doritos.
Like, she even has Doritos and like
Mountain Dew.
And like Xbox.
Amazing.
Mountain Dew. And also, like, there was this really cool like artist that I saw in Artist Alley. She had like some streetwear art, but if I liked her Instagram, basically she went to Japan.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, these are actual photos that she put like anime characters on. This is like Naruto.
Yep, Naruto. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so that was
pretty
pretty cool. Yeah. And grounding it off with the anime, just really sad news. Over the past week or so, at least when this podcast came out, the voice actress of Bulma, Hiromi Suru,
From Dragon Ball.
Yeah, she unfortunately passed away. She wasn't even that old. Like, she was like in
She's
her
50 something.
Yeah, it's really sad. Especially for someone that played such an iconic like female character in anime. So she will be missed, definitely.
I mean, I did some calculations, and there's something like 590 episodes of Dragon Ball so far. So like, that's not 30 years of influence right there.
Not too many people can say they've been in like 500 and something episodes of a single show for like their 30. Like, that's a huge part of like. She is Bulma. Like, yep. It'll be impossible to separate her from that character. So yeah, rest in peace.
Yep. So with that, we already did topic 1, which again, go back, check that out on YouTube. It'll probably be our most popular video by then.
Yo, the people that are watching
it's
the
not gonna pass. It'll never pass knowing bros.
Yeah. I think it will. But anyways, topic 2.
The people that are watching like the full version of this are gonna be so confused why we introduced ourselves twice. But don't worry about it. Okay, let's just get into the review.
So anyways,
we didn't introduce ourselves we kind of did.
Yeah. So anyway,
it won't be
let's
that
get
confusing.
into it.
topic 2, which is the follow-up to topic 1, the album review of KARD's You and Me.
Yep. I have an eyelash in my eye or something. It's very annoying.
Yo, that's the worst.
Okay. So, yeah, KARD's You and Me, second mini album. First track is Into You, which could be the title track. Granted, I think overall this whole album, every song could be the title track.
They did it again.
I was gonna say, Jacob, you said this during Ola Ola review. You said someone listening to this, like with this being their first intro to K-pop, Ola Ola, it's gonna put too high expectations because all the songs are like singles, but this whole album is like single quality tracks. So. Yep. Like you said, they did it again. Like this whole album's just ridiculous.
My first reaction right when I got into this song, which carried throughout the rest of the album, is it's very Eminem and Rihanna, is what it felt like.
That's actually a problem for me, to be completely honest, when it
Really?
comes to this song.
I loved it.
Because I'm just like, I kind of feel like I've heard this a bunch of times before, so it didn't it's all right. It's just it definitely doesn't really break any new ground, even with like KARD, I guess. Like if you're to go back to like I Can't Stop, in terms of like they're trying to incorporate that sort of like electropop EDM type of vibe into their songs. I kind of preferred I found that like I Can't Stop was at least a bit more interesting about it.
Yeah.
As opposed to this one. So I know it's like a really popular song especially for like everyone else that's sort of like listened to the album, but nah, this one didn't do it for me.
No, yeah.
I thought it was a good song. I like how I like the impact of the vocals. Like it's pretty like hard hitting. It gets there, goes straight up. And yeah, even I'd say the rap probably isn't as good as the other parts in the rest of the album, but
yeah,
I think it's good all across the whole board, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think this is probably one of the weaker rap songs.
They definitely set this up as a concert opener, though.
Yeah, I could see that.
Has a drop and everything.
And then Living Good from Ola Ola is the concert closer.
Living Good's basically that's what they closed with. That's what they closed with in New York, or their entire like US
I figured they would.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think, like Jacob said, it's definitely like that Eminem Rihanna vibe, and Andrew, you said that you didn't like it because of that, but I think because we don't get that in K-pop, and I don't listen to American music, I think I love it.
See, that's the thing. I'm probably the most exposed to like electronic music out of all of us, because I listen to like that's like a lot of electronic music is what I listen to in my spare time, just SoundCloud shit. So yeah, especially since it's like there's nothing wrong with rap song collaborations. It's just like I wish it was. Again, I'd like something more along the lines of I Can't Stop, where at least they do something interesting with a drop, because it definitely feels like
Though with I Can't Stop, like this is literally my only criticism of that song, because it's one of my favorites from KARD. Is like there's not a whole ton of vocals in that song. Yeah, from So Many You. Like it's usually it's like the same line that's just remixed throughout the entire song, you know.
I don't necessarily mind it though, because at least vocal chopping is sort of something they're doing with like the vocals, as opposed to just like something like this, which like it just reminds me of like a lot of like EDM songs that I've heard before, so that's why it didn't really catch me as much. Anyway, next song.
What if I had more to say? Next is Trust Me, the J Unit version. Now I'm calling them the J Unit version. I don't care.
So yeah,
they are the J Unit.
So yeah, they did an interesting thing here where basically it's just the same song, or not even the same.
It's
song.
not the same song.
It's just sort of like the same sort of
chorus.
Yeah, it's basically they're basically doing it's like Chocolate Love, where they're doing like two different versions.
Yeah, it's very similar to that. There's two versions of a song. Yeah, so this is.
I haven't. There's all right. So let me throw this in here. There's a J.Seph and Geo version, and there's also Soman and BM version. But then there's also a KARD version that's only on the physical album.
On the physical album? Which I was wondering if they had a full version. I assume they had.
Oh, I should have actually no. The album literally just dropped like what, like a day ago?
2 days ago. A day.
Yeah, it's not going to be
yesterday.
It's not going to be a choreo books yet. No, maybe by the end of the week, but no.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
I doubt it, because it's the holidays. There's no mail.
Oh shoot, that's well, I mean. they're probably gonna be open on Black Friday, so I mean, I might go check.
Yeah, but they're not gonna have it by then. Not with the mail service.
Anyway, onto this version.
Oh, Jacob, you looked frozen for a second. I freaked out.
No,
yeah, we're just in panic mode
so.
anytime that happens.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so yeah, trust me. Yeah, like the beat at the beginning that leads into the synths and like Jiwoo singing, and like I don't know, just the song like really got me right away.
I know you said it was your favorite.
And then her falsetto is really good.
I know you said you preferred this version.
Well, oh yeah, 100%. What about you guys?
I think I still
like it.
I think I still prefer like this one is like good. I think this might be a problem. I still, since we haven't listened to the like band like unit like complete KARD version yet, maybe this is something like left to interpretation. But the thing that sort of like irked me a bit is it didn't really feel like a subunit sort of thing, because my only I guess major criticism with this is that their verses feel very separated and distinct.
Oh yeah, that's something I mentioned in my like.
Yeah, I think it would have been nice if they played off of each other, because then it'd really feel more like a subunit sort of thing. And maybe all this is just they're taking sort of like individual lines that they have in the full version. Again, we don't really know because we haven't listened to it yet.
Yeah,
but yeah, that'd be the only thing. And sort of go ahead.
Oh, good. I was gonna say like that's a problem I have, but that's a problem I have with both versions. Like, BM's and Soman's version had a little bit more, but it was just one clip of BM saying "trust me" that they put in during Soman singing. So it's not really like they actually did anything. They just took that one line.
Yeah.
So like it still felt very separated.
Yeah,
but I just think Jiwoo's voice fits this song better. Like I just liked how she fit with this song.
Yeah, I like Jiwoo's part, but if there's this might be something I might have like be starting to notice when it comes to J.Seph. It feels like sometimes when his rapping, it sort of feels like his flow kind of falls behind the beat a bit, like because it kind of like the style of like rapping that BM and J.Seph try to do is just like really they're trying to do like the Eminem style, like really fast like rap really sort of thing, but sometimes sometimes it feels like he's kind of at odds with it, but. Yeah, and I guess this would probably be one of those times. But I mean, otherwise, yeah, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, like I still prefer like some in BM's version, which I will get into later. But yeah, it definitely is a good song. And like getting into the production, this is like the guy that this was I'll look it up later. But like Trust Me, you and Me were all like produced by the same person that's done like every like KARD single ever. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
So you touched on J.Seph's rap. Like I sort of actually agree with you on that. I see what you're talking about, but also on the same thing, I really like that they rap in that style, because I'm surprised that not a lot of people do. Yeah. I guess maybe it's just because it's so really difficult. Hard.
It's very hard to get it right, because you need.
But honestly, when you pull it off, it's just so impressive.
Well, yeah, no, there's sometimes with KARD, there are definitely some times when they can nail it down. Like later, like there's some later stuff that they really get it down perfect. But yeah, otherwise, you really have to.
He's talking about because.
Yeah. So that it's the guy that the people that produce all of like the sort of KARD singles is Dalgui.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can. They've actually. I don't know if you guys looked into it much, but they sort of split the production between two different producers.
Yeah, it's two. Some of them are one. Sometimes it's present. Sometimes they're both on it, and then rarely it's one and not the other.
Yeah. So, but mostly it's Dalgui and Nasun, and then there's also some songs by the producer named Black Pills. I don't know who Black Pills is, but okay.
It's Black Eyed Pills song's brother.
Yeah. It's his alternate ego.
Just Black Pills.
Yeah. So I think for Trust Me, ideally I would have Jiwoo singing and BM's rap, but I think also BM's rap just gets like bonus points because it's in English.
We'll get to that. Yeah. We'll get to that, but
which we can get to. But yeah, Jacob. So what about just overall? Since we Andrew and I talked about. Which one do you like better? At least you can
so
get into
overall, I like Soman and
Soman's
BM's, and it's not because of the rap. It's actually because of Soman's vocals.
You like Soman's vocals
Yeah,
better?
well, it's because I like how it's more like stripped back and just raw, like
Yeah.
vocals, and
so then
it's similar to like
that's probably
it's
helped
similar
by the
to
instrumentation, because the instrumentation for the
Yeah,
BM and Soman version
sure.
definitely seems a lot more laid back, whereas like this the J.Seph and Jiwoo version, there's just like a really like hard hitting like drum beat in the background almost the entire song.
It's a similar feeling to Soman's vocals in You and Me, which we'll get to later. It's a lot more like big and hollow. I like that sort of feeling in my music.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Moving on to Push and Pull. So this is like more of their older stuff. It's a little bit like it's like quicker than a lot of the stuff on the album. It still has like a bit of a darker vibe, but it's definitely like similar to You and Me. It's definitely more going back to Ola Ola style.
Yeah, actually, this song reminded me a lot more of I Can't Stop, like that sort of type of
well,
the choruses.
I just meant like album 1 style.
Yeah,
this is definitely like this is straight up like Jamaican dancehall, like it.
Yeah,
or that's
especially
what
with BM's rap too.
That's what I would say, but there's sort of like, again, there's a lot of songs on here, like there's a lot of songs on this track, mostly by Blackpills. I don't know if it's maybe I just have a problem with his production, where I like the verses, but it kind of falls flat towards the chorus, where like they build up so much hype. It's like, oh shit, it's like Jamaican dancehall. They're really going in on the
Steve
tropical
Aoki
vibe.
effect.
Yeah, maybe it
And
like
then they do a drop chorus.
Seriously, that's my only problem with Steve Aoki. This is a tangent, but like he builds, and then he goes nowhere. He goes like
yeah,
an inch down.
it's just like it leaves you hanging a lot. Like Empty Drop is a style. It's just that like Empty Drop can't be like your only production. Like after a while, it's not a style. It's just like a deficit. But like this, it just feels like I kind of wish that like the chorus is more than just push and pull. Like yeah, and it kind of felt like they were about to go all in on like, oh yeah, dancehall, and then they went like, oh, electro pop. So
yeah,
it's definitely an interesting song, or like a really cool song that I'd like to see live though, because just BM's like verse in this is like his voice fits
really
very
percussive.
well with like straight up like dancehall. Like there's gonna be like grinding and shit like during the choreo, like it's that type of song.
So, I do agree that the chorus is a little simple, but I really like the effect it has, and it's sort of like I don't know how to explain it. It's like the actual name of the song, Push and Pull. Like it feels like it's pulling you in like a rope.
Yeah,
push and pull.
Yeah, that's definitely the dancehall influence from it.
Yeah,
where it's the drums in a lot of dancehall songs. Like the drum beat is what carries it a lot.
Yeah.
Next is Because, which
Jenica.
is basically
they spell it phonetically.
Yeah, they just romanized it.
Is it Jenica?
Yeah, Jenica.
Okay,
but it means because. This is basically a KARD cipher, and it's amazing.
Literally just straight up rap.
Yeah, like they have the girls sing in the chorus, but it's a cipher, like. And it's amazing. I loved it.
I want to see a BM and J.Seph like single or something.
No, they definitely will have a subunit like single, like GD and Top, like just hardcore hip hop.
To be completely honest, I kind of wish this was only a BM and J.Seph song, because again, this is another Blackpills production sort of thing, where like the beat builds up as like dun. It kind of sounds like freaking like it kind of sounds like freaking Dr. Pepper by Diplo and CL, just like a really like hard ominous like beat, and then like this is probably J.Seph's best rap like ever. Any KARD
100%.
song, any KARD song, like his like when I was talking about like when he gets that like Eminem like fast rap style flow down, like he gets it down in this. But then again, it's just like
they actually let him loose in this song. It has the perfect sort of beat for that kind of rap progression.
Yeah, that was the thing, is like he, like you're saying, going back to Trust Me, like he definitely does fall behind there, but I think it's partially because it's just the beat for that's like not as made, like that version of the song, like that beat
which is
just doesn't fit that rap.
Yeah, which is why I think like
straight up
like this album is definitely an amazing, like a good reminder that KARD is still 1 year old. Like they still need to develop their like skills, and definitely because they definitely need to round out their sort of like rap like vocabulary, if that sort of makes any sense. Like definitely like it can sort of start to get to a point where KARD, or like if you, especially with BM and J.Seph's rap, where they're sort of like on the same flow for every song, mostly because a lot KARD relies on a lot of like tropical house and like dance hall sort of stuff. But like when they branch out into this sort of like Eminem style stuff, that's what I guess where they'll need to improve on. But yeah, getting back to this song, like, again, I really wanted to like this so bad because I was just so hype with like the intro. But like, again, it just feels like they could have done something a bit more interesting with the chorus vocals, because like I know that they're trying to go for like the rap song thing with like really like almost whispery type vocals, but I kind of wish the song went like hard, like 100%, like straight up like KARD cipher, which would give Jiwoo an excuse to like straight up like go in.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was
Somin rap.
Yeah,
that was my only downside with this. So I want you to rap in the next one, because they give her that ending line rap for like one line that repeats over and over again. Yeah, it gets more distorted.
It's kind of like frustrating because like we know they're capable of, at least with Jiwoo, we know she's capable of like writing like an eloquent or a satisfactory enough verse, but it's just like it feels like they're kind of shying away from it, or they're like teasing it a bit. So I don't know what they're hesitant about. Like it definitely be something that's like that would help bring like an interesting aspect to it, like kind of like how with Rumor, where J.Seph started the track, but he was pretty much singing instead of just doing like they should do that with like Jiwoo as well, because
Rumor,
because it feels like it feels like that aspect of Jiwoo is definitely being underutilized.
Yeah, I think it's just a balance aspect. Like it definitely throws the balance of the group off if it's 3 rapping and 1 singing.
Or no, just let J.Seph sing the line.
But yeah, they could have BM or J.Seph sing.
Yeah, because it doesn't. Yeah, I think they should. From now, I think they can definitely play up more with like the line, who gets what, or like in terms of like not necessarily line distribution, because KARD's pretty even, but like in who gets like what parts, because I'd like to at least see them
rap
try
and
it.
the other 3 sing.
Yo, Somin hardcore gangster rap. Hell yeah.
Oh my goodness, I couldn't even imagine that almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually really like this song. I think it went just hard enough for me. I think I'm okay with the chorus. Like, I don't think I need the entire song to be rap. Like, and the chorus reminds me of like I Can't Stop, which is a song I really like. So, I'm okay with it. So.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I would have traded the chorus for Jiwoo verse, but I'm like. I like the chorus.
Honestly,
still. Like, this is definitely my favorite song.
Yeah, BM and J.Seph more than delivered on this song for me, so I'm completely fine with that.
Yep. Next is You and Me, which is the title track, and we've talked about our first reactions. Anything different, Jacob? Anything you extra want to say?
Yeah, so I have been listening to it like all day. And I think I got a good ranking down now. I think, and honestly, this is my second favorite now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't recall. Yeah, wow. I really like this song.
It's definitely low on my list, but I mean, every KARD song is very good to me, but I think it's just above Rumor. So it's,
I think I have it third on my list, because I'd put it Don't Recall Oh Na Na, You and Me, and then just the last 2, I guess, are just sort of interchanged depending on how I feel. But yeah, I've definitely come around to it the more I've listened to it. Just because, like I said yesterday, I feel like this is the best example. Like this entire album, they're definitely trying to experiment with new sounds. Like they're going into sort of like rap song, Eminem style hip hop, and then they're going into dance hall like sort of thing. I feel like this is like a good like sort of like. I think this is like
a good place to be in.
Yeah, it's a good place to be in, and I hope that like this is sort of where they get. Basically, what I'm saying is like keep it with Dalgui and like let Black Pills like take a back seat, because I feel like just like there's just so much like I find like incomplete with his production, but this definitely feels like a KARD single, and I feel like this is definitely like the best like direction I feel like they should go in.
Yeah, that's one of the things I really like about this song is that KARD still has their distinct sound, but it feels like a progression. Like it's not just the same
darker,
thing.
It's
like
more mature.
Like that makes me mad. Like a lot. I keep seeing that on stuff that people think, oh, it sounds the same as everything else. No, it really does not.
Well, I mean, because KARD,
it's the same genre, but it doesn't
there's some tropes in
KARD
there.
does get guilty,
yeah.
but
like
of that. But I mean, like if when you listen to the verses, especially with like Somin, like with Somin's verses, like you just like I'm listening to it right now, like the instrumentals are so like cut back, like it's like a lo-fi, like sort of almost muted like drum beat sort of thing where you'd usually. Like they're definitely playing up with the instrumentals, which is a good thing. So like they just I think they could take it even further.
That was one thing. Albums. That was like my actually favorite part of the song is the parts of Somin's vocals. Like one of my favorite things in music is when they play with the instrumentals to like sort of change the size of the soundstage. I love it when it sort of like goes from being very closed in and full to huge and open. Yeah, that's what they did during Somin's vocals.
Yeah, you'd like to call that's what you like to call the Foo Fighters effect, where basically you just go very soft. It's very much a music theory thing where you don't necessarily need to play like really loud or really like you get a better like sort of emphasis on like your higher and lower ends if you play with your dynamics. So you don't have to necessarily play the highest highs or the lowest lows. You just need to make the space between your lows and your highs just drastic. So it sort of
apparent.
it sort of helps it, and that definitely helps. But and also like I like going back to like I guess the video, I just really like the choreography during like the parts where Somin does that like choreography, because I guess it's just different than KARD choreography, because they're definitely going move by move a lot more, which is as opposed to just like doing their normal thing. Which the only thing is though, during the chorus, I would have to say they definitely need to work on their choreography, because they kind of repeat like there's a part in the music video during the chorus where they just do the same spin like twice in a row. I'm just like, you guys really got to work on your choreography.
Oh goodness!
Then
I don't know much about
dancing,
but
choreographer needs to work on their choreography.
Are they using the same choreographer for everything?
Sure.
But they definitely need to like mix up the lines at least sort of a bit, because they're definitely following into it too much of a trope. Maybe
I'd be interested to see if maybe like if they did something with like 1 million or something like that.
I'd like to see Min Young or Leah Kim. I'd love to see, because I feel like Leah Kim's perfect for this type of tropical
music genre.
Granted, remember a couple weeks ago, Min Young did the playback choreography, so she's definitely proven her chops in tropical house. So
and they're also not against working with smaller artists. It seems like then if they're gonna work with playback,
and I'm pretty sure they know who KARD is, because I was like they're really
a lot
popular.
of them are Korean American, right?
Yeah. No, none of them are Korean American, but
none of them are.
I thought they were.
No, none of them are Korean American.
They just have the.
They just have a huge following in Well, some of them come to New York. Some of them they definitely like they're well traveled, so they definitely know who KARD is at least. Anyway.
Yeah. The only thing is like I feel like it's unfair to complain that KARD is in a trope, because they're only a year old. Like they're not that old. Like G-Friend's been doing the same thing for 4 years.
That's why
they only have 11 songs.
Exactly.
When I don't want them to I don't want them to fall into like this doing, because a lot of their dances are the same. Like if you really look at it, because it's at least in terms of how they set up the lines, because how they do it is like two people take a turn at the front, and then during one line in the chorus, and then they switch again. Like I feel like it, like I know it's hard to like write choreography for a 4-person group,
4 members,
but I feel like they could at least sort of like try to do at least some type of different formation, because I feel like it feels like a lot of KARD choreography just is revolves around like literally like revolving like rotations of whoever's at the front.
Oh, that's the thing, because with 4 members you kind of have to keep symmetry. Like there's no other way to really do it without it seeming like somebody's off over here while everybody else is over there.
I know.
So
okay, moving on to the last one is Trust Me, the VM and Somin version. So like we said before, it's definitely like a slower, chiller version. It doesn't have the drum beat that the J Unit version has. And then BM has a really good English rap in it.
Which instrumental do you think they go with like the KARD version? Because they're two different instrumentals.
Could be a mix.
I bet it'll be a completely different
Well,
song.
yeah, it's
just
probably
like
a third. Yeah, exactly. These are two different. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I hope it is at least
third version.
So
Damn, it's so hard to drink this like on like near your microphone because you just hear the straw slur. Anyway,
yeah. So I'm assuming with the KARD version, we'll get back to this version, but I'm assuming with the KARD version, they're gonna have Ju and Somin obviously splitting the vocals, and then a new rap from BM and J.Seph that hopefully like talks back to each other, since like they did in Don't Recall, they did something similar to that. With BM and J.Seph. So I'm hoping they do something like that in the KARD version. Now, with this version, I love Somin's vocals in this. This is her best vocal performance in my opinion.
Definitely, because I feel like I guess it's just because it's very hard to notice her or the style of music that they do doesn't really get to showcase her vocals, because this is definitely a lot more ballady than what you'd hear from a KARD song. So
yeah, yeah, like her parts in this where she goes really high and she like, it's very smooth and buttery. It's very, very, very nice and pristine, and it contrasts as well with BM's sort of like, hard and gruffy voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah. Also, BM English rap, amazing.
Like getting to that, like I think I like this rap not necessarily because it's in English. Well, maybe the reason I feel like I like the rap in English is because maybe just because growing up in LA, growing up in like the United States, he kind of probably wrote all of his raps in English originally, or he definitely feels a lot more comfortable.
It's probably more comfortable doing it.
Yeah, because you can do. There's a I don't know, maybe it's our English bias, but it definitely feels like there's an marked difference in intensity in his rapping or in his articulation in English, because like some of his like Korean raps, it doesn't feel like he doesn't use as much of a range. Well, the exception to that, at least on this album, would be definitely You and Me. Like his rap towards the end of the song has a lot of intensity, but this I feel like he gets to. This is easily like his best rap verse that he's ever written.
This one seems very sincere.
Yeah, that's probably why. Because and it's probably the perfect song for like being able to write a sincere rap. Mostly because like Tropical House, you can't really like go too emo with it. But
yeah. Well, I mean, with like I think he just is able to like go to different and better places in a language he's more comfortable in. Like his rap in English and the Don't Recall English version was really good as well.
Really, same thing. So yeah, it definitely feels like it's just because like I don't know if he's probably J.Park sort of had the same thing where he obviously growing up in like West Coast in USA, he's like probably like he knew English all his life, where basically he sort of like accrued a better understanding of Korean as he started making more music. So that's probably gonna happen with BM. But it's definitely to the point where it kind of still feels like he's learning how to rap in Korean still, whereas it definitely feels natural when he's rapping in English. But this is definitely the most heartfelt thing I've heard with KARD outside of like Feeling Good. But one thing I have to say, let him fucking curse, please.
It's not like you said, like exactly what you said in the chat. Like it doesn't sell, so they're not gonna do that.
It's just
wait, did Epic Eye have to put
That's why I think
Epic Eye has a plus 19 on there.
Oh yeah, 19.
Yeah.
It's just it definitely. I feel like it's just one of the situations where it definitely kind of like interrupts the flow or whatever, like kind of ruins like the meaning of it or whatever. But I know they have to be really wary of like readings and everything, but damn, it sucks. Hopefully during live concerts he just drops F-bombs, because who cares?
Oh yeah, I'm hoping so. Dude, Taeyeon does.
Or why don't they sell clean and like unclean, like clean and like dirty or adult versions of albums like they do in the United States? Like I don't know why.
And it's probably just manufacturing.
Because also because the majority of K-pop fans wouldn't be able to buy it anyway.
That's true.
Like, so it's just.
I think as KARD gets more popular, they're gonna be a little different, because I think KARD sort of delivers to a more mature audience than most other K-pop groups do. Because even at the concert we went to, there were a lot of kids, but there are also a lot more like older people, more around my age than I expected.
Because dancehall music is kind of what's popular in the club lately. So anyway,
I mean their first performance was in a club, so
but that's like pretty common for smaller groups anyway.
Yeah.
That's how they promote. Okay.
Ratings.
Overall, spoilers 10 out of 10 for me. I mean, I actually think I like it better than Ola Ola, like as an overall album. Overall, Ola Ola has like, it's just probably because it was all singles I heard, or like it was really only 3 new songs. Like I think this overall like
It had a bigger
blew me
impact.
away better. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It had a way bigger impact on
Like, oh my god, 6
hearing
songs
it.
from
Yeah,
KARD?
exactly.
Holy crap, I'm
So,
spoiled.
and really, it's only 5 because one of them's
Yeah,
two
one of them's
different
just
versions. But
duplicated.
Yeah.
but still, like, yeah, I think because it was a lot more music, and I sure there's flaws in the songs, but I think it's just it's really.
I don't think you're
it's
ever
a
going to find a
masterpiece.
perfect album.
Yeah,
Except for
exactly.
My Voice in the Jukebox.
I think we've done something wonderful. It's better than Shoebox, but we'll get to that someday.
That's an argument for another day. I wanted to give this a 10. I wanted to give this a 9. But like again, like
You're out of the group. Cooper, get in here.
like this is definitely the most frustrating album for me as a K-pop fan, like at least in 2017, because I well, I had to invent a new rating system where I gave 0.75s instead of just like a 0.5 or 0.5 or 1, because it feels like the KARD I like, it just feels like some parts of the production definitely hold it back. And I mean like I don't fault them for trying to go in a new direction. It just feels like it's just like almost there. It's just like almost there, and and I'm definitely going a lot easier on them than I probably would have if this was a group that's been around for a while. But like again, because like what's good is like amazing. Like especially like, the last 2 tracks are like the ones that I give like complete high marks to, because they're just excellent. But it just feels like. Maybe like I didn't even like watch any of the MV teasers or like the audio teaser or anything. It's just like maybe it was overhyped or whatever, but I do expect a lot out of KARD. So 4 out of 6 for music, concept 3 out of 3, 1 out of 1 for bias, 8 out of 10.
Okay. So, yeah, I think I'll also give it a 10 out of 10. So, overall, songs-wise, I think I'd put Ola over it, but only because literally almost like over half the album was singles that we had for months already.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'd probably, if I wanted to compare, I'd give it a 9.7 or a 9.75, but that's not allowed, so I'm gonna give it a 10. Like every song on this,
I'm not gonna give it
really good.
I'm not gonna say it's a perfect album, but it's
I'm a lot
as close
stricter,
as I want it to
stricter
be
with my 10s. Like if you look at the past almost year of all the albums, they're probably like less. I probably have more fingers on one hand than albums that I've given a 10 to, I think.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like we went over, like you listen to this type of music outside of K-pop, where like I don't know about Jacob, but for like me, I don't hear this ever, so I think it's really good. Mm-hmm. Like I just don't hear this type of music in K-pop.
If there's one suggestion I would like is that maybe I know DSPs really like they want to keep the sort of like KARD sound, but. Again, BTS is in sort of the same way where BTS usually works in-house a lot with like the same producer, but it would be nice to see, I don't know if KARD's reached this level necessarily yet, but it'd be nice to see KARD work with like some sort of Western producer, or sort of, not necessarily even a Western producer, just some type of outside producer, like maybe give them, KARD with Daniel Obi Klein or DK, imagine that. I mean, I'll get to that later, but like, I definitely like to see like a lot more people working with KARD, because I know they can make interesting music with some good
honestly, I think it's almost guaranteed, because I think like KARD's so small now, but I think they really have the potential to become something like BTS.
They're not even
able
small,
to cross over.
like related to BTS. They are. But
relative to BTS and groups that are already established in the industry,
but
like,
for
they
a year old group from a company that was basically
rookie, they're way bigger. They're bigger than any rookie.
Yeah, because basically, pretty much KARD is taking the rule book and throwing it out the window by taking a U.S. and European and South American tour on their first year of existence. Literally. So it's definitely hard to gauge where their future is, just because we're in uncharted territory right now. But it's definitely a good
KARD has a similar position to BTS in that whether they're huge or not, the people who are into them are super into them, and they really love everything they put out.
Yeah, like hashtag Stan KARD. Like that's a
Well,
thing.
seriously, but seriously, like back before I Need You, BTS, like every person I talked to who was actually a fan of them really, really, really loved them. Otherwise, they'd never. If you hadn't heard of them, then you're just like, yeah. But if you had heard of them, you really, really like them. It's a similar thing with KARD, and I think DSP is doing a really good job managing them, and I think they have a really good future in their hands. So.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what their "I Need You" is going to be. If that comparison sort of makes sense, it's like what will take them.
Well, they got to cross over into Korea. Like they've already got the international support. They just got to break through.
It's just
Korea.
that what song is going to take them to that next level, and it'll be interesting to follow them in the coming year. And
it's all because DSP has waned in size over the last few years. That
because they pulled a Nintendo, they put all their chips into one group, and they hit it out of the park.
Yeah. So. Hopefully,
it's a 9. It's a 9. Just like are averaging it.
Yeah. So, truly Daebak album.
We need a stamp effect or something.
Yeah.
Because
how about I give you that logo I made today? You just stamp it on the screen.
No, we just put it in the thumbnails every time we give a truly Daebak album.
Oh yeah, actually I'll do that. I'll do that.
Spoil it.
No, so people get excited. Anyway.
But this is like, I mean, if. It's pretty much exactly what you expect from a Lovely soundtrack. Like, and like I'm gonna say that about almost every song on this album. Like I described them as their genre with Lovelies in front of it because it's how they do their songs. Like they're like G Friends.